Hi, I'm Anna from Gnosis, and today I'm going to present our main product that is most widely known in the prediction markets. Except for that, though, we are currently building a decentralized exchange, which is preventing the issue of front running. And it's also very cost efficient on gas prices, so you should actually check that one out as well. And apart from that, we have a third product, which is the Gnosis Safe. It's a mobile phone application which enables you to set up a multi-signature wallet on your personal devices. We will have a team edition and a personal edition, and it will be extremely user-friendly. So stay tuned. This will launch in Q2 this year. And except for that, I will continue watching this presentation, please, because I will explain more how our prediction markets work. But on top of that, I would like to mention that we have a developer incentivization challenge running right now. It's called Gnosis X. And if you're a developer, definitely check it out. You can win $100,000 worth of GNO tokens by building on top of our prediction market platform. And please continue watching and try to find out more about our product. Thank you for coming here tonight. Quick question. So a lot of people know Gnosis. I guess most people know Gnosis because of prediction markets. Who knows that we are also building a decentralized exchange? Okay, that's already a lot less. Who knows that we are also having a multi-signature wallet? That's a little bit more. And that we are building Gnosis Safe, a mobile phone application for the multi-signature wallet. Okay, there's nobody. So next time I should probably focus my presentation more on the ones that are a little bit more unknown. But since we had one meetup already in Tokyo, I think 2 weeks ago, and that was centering about the decentralized exchange, I was going to give a little bit more of a deep dive into the prediction markets today. Prediction markets, what are prediction markets? Let's see, imagine that you would like to know today already what is going to be the housing price in a certain street in Shibuya in April 2019. So you might be interested in buying a property, right? So this could be an interesting information to you. Is the price going to increase or decrease, stay the same, whatever? So what would you do today to figure out, to get this information? You could either do some research, you could ask your broker, but then if you ask your broker, what could happen is that he has his own interests, he wants to sell you the property, so he's probably, even if he has better information that the prices are going to decrease, he wouldn't tell you because he wants to make business with you now. You could also use something called house price calculator to figure out what's the price of the property, but this is usually only telling you the price as of now. And also what could happen is that you're asking different sources and they give you different information. And then how would you judge which information is actually the correct one? So this is where you start using prediction markets. So what prediction markets do is they make the different outcomes of an event tradable. This way, it's possible to get everyone involved and everyone who has inside information on the event that you're interested in to give price that information, and this way aggregate the wisdom of the crowd. So not just gather information of a single party or two parties, but of everyone who could have potentially information on what you would like to know. So the price for the outcome of the different outcome tokens that you create, they reflect the likelihood, the probability of this outcome to actually become true. Why do we put it on a decentralized platform of Ethereum? This is because it enables you to gain access, global access, to global liquidity pool, meaning everyone can get involved. And there are centralized platforms, but sometimes they get shut down in one country. And then obviously, again, you have the problem that you don't get everyone involved. And also another big issue is that you have the problem that you need to have trust into a single party, because always you need to make the resolve of the outcome, right? You need to know, okay, what actually happened, somebody who's resolving the market, to then judge who won, who was right about what they said was going to happen. So again, that is an issue of trust. You have to trust that one person. Maybe that person is not trustworthy and just wants to make profit him or herself. So this is why we decided, okay, let's have a global liquidity pool, let's build it on Ethereum. So what do you need to do to set up a market? You have obviously an event, so you create a question, and then you have to cover all possible outcomes. So it could be either a binary outcome, meaning yes or no, or it could have several outcomes. Outcome A, B, or C would happen. Or another option is that if it's something in a price range, then obviously you can't cover all the different prices like $1, $1.1, $1.2, and so on. That would be way too much. So what you have is a scalar market in that case. And you have upper and lower bounds to say, okay, within this price range, it's likely going to be. And then people would start predicting what they think what price range it's going to be. And so the final outcome will be somewhere on that scale. So the creator of the markets also needs to provide the liquidity, because what we are using is an automated market maker, which ensures that there's always liquidity in the market. That means whoever wants to trade at what point of time for whatever sort of outcome token he wants to achieve, he can buy it. And last but not least, there is an oracle, obviously, that you need to choose for, who is going to resolve the market. Yeah, and then the currency the market is created in could be any sort of ERC20 token. Whatever token the market is creating in is also the one that people start investing into the market. How does it work? Is whatever value of the different outcomes, it's always between 0 and 1. And the total amount of value is always 1. So adding up the value of all outcomes, the max is adding up to 1. So let's say, for instance, that you start with equal probability. You create a market, you have 3 outcomes, A, B, C. At the beginning, for each of them, the likelihood is 0.33. And what happens is once the market gets resolved, the ones that are not correct, the outcomes that are not correct, in this case, it's outcome A and outcome B, they equal the value 0. And the outcome that's actually correct, in this case outcome C, equals the value 1. So if you started at the very beginning where the value of your token C was 0.33, and you actually picked that token, that's the one you bought, and you hold it until the end of until it gets resolved, then you get 1, meaning you make a profit of 0.77. This is just a slide that shows you basically, again, the different steps, so setting up a market. This has the question of what is going to be the gas price on April 31st. I think on the slide it still says 1st, but this has been in the past, so make it April 31st. What are the different outcomes? Could be it's below 20 Gwei, it's 20 Gwei, or it's above 20 Gwei. And then you see how the markets is resolving. Like first people believe outcome A, and then over time you can see, okay, it's probably C, it's above 20 Gwei. So there is many use cases what you can use prediction markets for. And there I will just go into 3. The first one, most widely known, is to aggregate information. This could be something, for instance, if you want to sell a painting and you want to know what's going to be what is actually the value of that painting. Or it could also be, for instance, in the construction industry. You know, it's an industry which has millions of money behind it. And it could be very valuable information for people who are building, for instance, in this case, the Berlin airport, to actually know by what point in time is this going to open. Because if you don't calculate this correct, you might lose a lot of money in terms of logistics and planning costs, infrastructure, and so on. And to avoid this, it's a very useful technique to actually get people involved who usually would not be able to talk to the manager. Some would have other information because they know that it's not according to regulations in Germany or whatever, to participate in a market for an almost guaranteed profit because they know this is not going to open before this amount of time. So let me participate in a market because I will definitely get money out of it. Then there is another use case. It's called future key. It's a governance mechanism. And actually this one is my favorite one because it really helps you in your decision-taking process. It's actually really cool. So what you do is it's a two-step market. You set up first a market saying, okay, should I, let's say I'm Coca-Cola, and I want to hire a new CEO. And I have 3 options, but I'm not sure which one to choose. But I know my aim is that I ultimately have the biggest revenue until 2019. I want to have the highest revenue. So I'm not sure, should I hire Hansen? Probably not a good idea. Should I hire Tatu? Already better. Then none of you guys. Let's say Chao from Melonport. Sorry, not from Melonport, from MakerDAO. Sorry for that. Could be a good idea, but I still don't know. Okay, which, if I choose that person, what is going to be the largest revenue? So what I do is I set up this market, and people participate, and they say, okay, if I choose option A, I think that was Melonport, the revenue is going to be low. So don't go for that one. And then I have another one, market B, outcome B, okay, Tatu. And then it's like, okay, the outcome is, what is the value then? And then for Chao as well. And then in the end, the company Coca-Cola would then decide, okay, the market tells me if I choose Chao from MakerDAO, then the revenue is going to be the highest. So I hold myself responsible to what the market tells me to do. And the good thing is that everyone who got involved in the market, who ultimately said that if you pick Chao, the revenue is going to be the highest, only make profit out of this if they were actually right. So you make them responsible for their beliefs, because otherwise there wouldn't be any profit for them.